For this next reaction, I have an extremely interesting chemical. Ammonium bicarbonate, or ammonium hydrogen carbonate, depending on, what your teacher has been calling it. This happens to just have one reactant, and it's going to break down into 3 separate things. This one's going to be a little bit harder to figure out, and again, I encourage you to check base with your teacher to ask them exactly what they would like you to do for this one. The lab that I'm making will be possibly modified per your teacher, so you might need to disregard a few things I say. However, because I'm going to do it with my students, I am going to talk about how to figure out all 3 of these out. Ammonium bicarbonate is a white powder. Honestly, it looks like salt, in all honesty. However, it does some very interesting things when you test it out with stuff. So, let's check that out. First test that we need to do is actually the reason I put it way over there. The smell, okay? This is gonna break down into 3 separate chemicals. And the first one, I'm telling you it smells like Windex. So I encourage you to look up what Windex is. If any of you have smelled like Windex, it is exactly what that smells like, 100%. Okay, so that's number 1. Number 2, I can actually figure out both the other ones by just gently heating this over a flame. Now you will have to forgive me. I did forget to grab the test tube tongs, which is an appropriate tool to grab this. So I'm going to be right back, and I'll go from there.
How you doing, Brand?
Good. Thank you for that. This is a test tube tong. It's actually made perfectly to fit a test tube where I can hold it way over here. I had one that was too small, so I had to go grab a new one. I apologize for that. Thank you for that delay. I'm not the best at editing. If I can figure out how to do it, I will remove that gap. If not, sorry. So again, what I'm going to do is I'm going to back up this camera so you can see, and I'm going to heat it up. This will not take long. And a matter of fact, I'm going to take a second test tube and place it over the top of this one. And turn it off. Now, it might be hard to see. However, what I did was, even though I wasn't in the shot, I had this test tube over the flame, and I had this test tube over it like this. And you can see on the side of the test tube, and I'm going to get in as close as I can. Zoom out a little bit. You're able to see little droplets. You can kind of see it decent from there too, around the edge. Very, very finite, okay? Almost looks like a water bottle in the summer. That's a hint on what the other one is. And for the last test, what I can do is, I'm going to take a splint. I'm going to do it this way. Sure I'm in the shot. And I'm going to put this, inside that test tube. We know one good gas that can put out fires. Now I'm going to try that one more time for you. And you can see, especially when the splint is inside, there's no fire. So for these 3 products that are made, one smells exactly like Windex. I'll let you look that one up. One is a gas that puts out fires. And the other one, you can kind of see on the top of that test tube. So answer some questions below.